Okay, hi everyone, welcome to this live stream. And this is the first live stream of this year. And I welcome you to my YouTube channel. My name is Nasmesi, and on this page I talk about women's health, especially fertility, labor, delivery, family planning, and lots more. So in this today's live stream, I want us to talk about how to calculate your menstrual cycle, your fertile days, ovulation day, and your self days. I've received so many messages on how to calculate. I even made a video to show my audience how to calculate their menstrual cycle, but some people kept saying that they do not understand what the video talked about. So that's why I decided to make this live stream. So if you're joining me for this live stream, either from YouTube or from Facebook, I just want you to type hi so I can know my followers and those that are online before I start. Okay, so please, if you're joining me, I just want you to type hi so I can see it. But before we get into this video, I can see you. Hi, Grace. I'm Grace. Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome. I so much appreciate. In this video, we'll be learning how to calculate your menstrual cycle. Not only that, your fertile days, your ovulation day, and know when you are safe if you have unprotected intercourse. So what I want you to do right now is to get your pen and your paper, because we are going to learn it together. Okay, so all those questions you've been sending to my comment section, this is time to write it up so we can help you calculate your menstrual cycle, fertile days, your ovulation day, and your self days. But before we start, if you're joining my channel or you're visiting for the first time, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon to enable YouTube notify you, anytime I upload a new video. And to subscribe is free, so go ahead and click that subscribe button below this video. Okay, so before we start calculating, I just want to do a recap of what those terms are. What is menstrual cycle? What is fertile days? What is ovulation day? And what does it mean to say that those days are your self days? Now your menstrual cycle, there are hormonal changes that your body go through, like as a woman, every month to prepare you for possible pregnancy. Okay, so for your menstrual cycle, it begins from the first day of your menstrual period to a day before the next day, before your next menstrual period. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. The first day of your menstrual period is your day one, in case you don't know how to calculate your menstrual cycle, and it ends a day before your next menstrual period. Every woman does not have the same menstrual cycle. It varies. Okay, your own may be 22 days cycle, it may be 24, 26, 28, 30 days, 32 days, and whatever. Okay, and this menstrual cycle is so important to get pregnant, especially a woman in her reproductive age. It helps you to track your ovulation, it helps you know your fertile days, it also helps you to prevent unwanted pregnancy. So it's very, very important. In fact, with this menstrual cycle, you'll be able to track and even select gender. You can select if you want to give birth to a baby girl or a baby boy, but you must know your menstrual cycle. Now, for your fertile days, those days that you are likely to get pregnant if you have unprotected intercourse, are your fertile days. Those days that you are likely to get pregnant if you have unprotected intercourse at your safe days. Okay, so from your menstrual cycle you'll be able to know your fertile days. And also, ovulation is the release of a matured egg from the ovary, and it takes place once every month, though it depends on your cycle. It bounces back to your menstrual cycle. You can only know your ovulation when your ovulation day, when you know your menstrual cycle. So every woman does not ovulate on the 20, on the 14. Yes, every woman does not ovulate on day 14. Day 14 is only for women with 28 days menstrual cycle. I always emphasize on this. If you have been following my video, if you have been following my channel, you should be able to know about so much about ovulation, about fertile days, your menstrual cycle, and your safe days. So every woman does not ovulate on day 14. It's only for those with 28 days menstrual cycle. So if you have 28 days menstrual cycle, you ovulate is usually 14 days before your next menstrual period. Okay, so if you have 28 days menstrual cycle, by the time you subtract it from 14, you'll be able to get 14. That means on the 14 you will be your ovulation day. So if you have 26 days menstrual cycle, you'll be able to just subtract 14 from that 26, you'll get 12. That means on the 12th will be your ovulation day. Okay, now I'll be waiting to get your questions. Or you want to calculate your menstrual cycle, let's do it together. So if you want to calculate your menstrual cycle, or you want to know your fertile days, so let's do it together. As I'm waiting, I'll keep talking. All right, so safe days are those days that you're unlikely, mark that word, unlikely to get pregnant if you have unprotected intercourse. If you're trying to plan your family, it's very important to know your safe days. If you want to avoid pregnancy, it's very important to know the days you are safe. It's also called the calendar method. You use it to plan your family and know when you're safe and when you're unsafe. All right, so I'll be waiting to get your questions about calculating your ovulation day, your fertile days, and your menstrual cycle. Also, remember that sperm survives in a woman's body for up to 5 days. So if you have unprotected intercourse 5 days before your ovulation day, you are likely to get pregnant. So I'll be waiting for your questions. I'm still online, I'm still live. You can invite your friends. If you don't have any question, just say hi so I will know that you are with me. Okay, and thank you for joining this live streaming. Is really a privilege to see that I have people watching from across the globe. Is so wonderful. So just send in your comments. What are you finding difficult? Is it how to calculate your ovulation day? Is it how to calculate your menstrual cycle? Is it how to calculate your fertile days? Just send in. Let me be able to see them from the comment section. Then also, if you want to support my YouTube channel, there is super stickers and super thanks that YouTube made available. It should be on your screen right now, so you can still click on it to support my channel. Also, you can join my membership. If you like what I do on this channel, everything women's health, you can as well join my membership and become a member to this channel. So don't forget to share, don't forget to send to your loved ones, don't forget to send in your comments as well. Those comments are so important to me. It helps me know my audience and where you are chatting from. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Okay. All right. So no question, no comments. I'm waiting. You know, as a woman, it's very, very important for you to understand this cycle. It's very important because you know that if you want to select gender, you must know your cycle. If you're the type that is giving birth to a particular gender, I'm not saying it's bad, it's not bad, but like when you mix them, it makes sense. Okay, so when you mix the gender, you have a boy, you have a girl in your house, it makes sense. You can even learn and teach your aunt, teach your friends, teach anybody around you, you know, how to calculate this thing, both the fertile days, your cycle, menstrual cycle, your ovulation day. You know that if you are trying to conceive a baby boy, you must have unprotected intercourse on your ovulation day, because you know ovulation lasts from 12 to 24 hours. Once the egg is released, it lasts for 12 to 24 hours. So if you want to have a male child, it's possible. It's just the only thing is to track your ovulation day and have unprotected intercourse on that ovulation day. It helps you, in fact, it increases your chance of getting pregnant with a baby boy. Then for a baby girl, you know that you have unprotected intercourse few days before your ovulation day, you know, to get pregnant with a baby girl. I'll also make a video on that. I'll talk about this topic very well, extensively. But meanwhile, I'm just live right now to show you how to help you or guide you to how you can calculate your menstrual cycle. All right, so if you're joining me, you are talking about menstrual cycle, your fertile days, your ovulation day, and your safe days. So I'm here to receive those comments, all the messages you have been sending to my inbox, asking me to show you how to calculate your menstrual cycle, your ovulation, and others, to help you conceive, to help you get pregnant speedily. So I'm here right now live on my YouTube channel, and I want you that is watching, to send those questions. So we will trash them. We'll talk about it together. Your menstrual cycle helps you a lot. It helps you know when you're fertile, and you can only get pregnant during your fertile days. If you can't track your fertile days, it will be difficult to get pregnant. I tell you the truth. And as a woman in the society, you don't have a child, it's usually something, so it's not that no one makes it happen. Okay, but it's just sometimes it's ignorance. A lot of women may be ovulating, but they don't know why, because they don't know the signs of ovulation. And that's why if you're a follower or a subscriber to this channel, I think God has changed your life. Is it true? Yes. Many women don't know how to calculate their fertile days. They don't know when they are fertile. They keep complaining that they can't get pregnant. How will you get pregnant when you don't know when you're fertile? And once this egg is released, that egg, that is your ovulation, once it's released and you do not do something, when it gets to 24 hours, you can't do anything again until the next month. Then another thing I want you to understand is that if you're the type of lady you stay alone and your husband does not stay around, by the time you know how to plan your menstrual cycle, your ovulation and fertile days, it helps you get pregnant. You prepare yourself and even call him on phone to come back. Yes, but if you don't know it, you don't know it. You know the signs of ovulation. So sometimes we are so busy that we don't really listen to our body. The signs may be there, but you may not pay attention and you think that you don't ovulate. I've received lots of messages that from women that they don't see their ovulation. The question is, have you even taken time? Have you listened to your body? How are you sure that you're not ovulating? How are you sure that you are not ovulating? What if you're ovulating but you do not know? There are so many signs of ovulation, and I also made a video on that. I'll just mention few. You know that stretchy mucus, cervical mucus, like egg white, is a sign that ovulation is about to take place or has just taken place. Okay, and you can even have low abdominal cramp. Some women do have spotting. They can spot during ovulation. Okay, even flatulence. There are many signs that a woman is ovulating. In fact, when you start ovulating, if you are sensitive, you will know. Then another way that you can check and know if you are actually ovulating is purchasing ovulation test kits or test cassettes. Now these test kits, what they do is that they help identify the presence of luteinizing hormone in that urine. So if you are ovulating, you will see that that test strip or test cassette will have double line, both the control line and the test line, showing that you are ovulating or ovulation has just taken place. I know some women say they don't know much about those kits and those cassettes, but they're in the market. You can purchase it and do a urine test at home to know when you are ovulating. But before you do that, you have to know your menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is like the father of fertile days, ovulation day, and self days. I know you're joining me. I just wanted to type hi so I can see you, but I know that my followers and subscribers are joining. Just type hi and I will see it. Okay. So if you really want to track your ovulation, just go and just purchase ovulation test kit and test cassette. But first of all, understand your menstrual cycle, because you need to start testing at least 4 days or 3 days before your ovulation to know the exact day that you will ovulate. Start testing it. Okay, now since you know that if you want to prevent pregnancy, you know that sperm survives in a woman's body for up to 5 days. So if you have unprotected intercourse 5 days leading to that your ovulation day, you are likely to get pregnant. But 2 days after your ovulation, those days are your safe days. Then some women during their menstrual period could also be their safe days, but not every woman. A woman with short menstrual cycle might still be menstruating at the same time her ovulation day and fertile days will be during that menstrual period. And if she should have intercourse, unprotected intercourse, she may get pregnant. So if that's why I said our menstrual cycle differs, our ovulation differs, our fertile days differs, our safe days differs. Don't listen to those that will tell you that day 14 is your ovulation day. It doesn't work like that. It's only for women with 28 days menstrual cycle. So if you have maybe 30 days menstrual cycle, your ovulation will not be on day 14. That means it will be on day 16. Okay? Your ovulation will be on day 16 for a woman with 30 days menstrual cycle. It's just very simple. So a woman with 21 days menstrual cycle or 22 days menstrual cycle might still be menstruating and at the same time enter her fertile window, and she might get pregnant. At the end she will be surprised. I was not ovulating. I was not in my fertile days. It was just during my menstrual period. So how did it happen? How it happened is that you don't know your menstrual cycle. So you were thinking that it's just your period. You didn't know that you were already fertile during that period, and that's why you got pregnant. So if you are trying to get pregnant, you have to understand these things. They are just normal. They are just there. Okay, so understand your cycle very well and get pregnant. If you know it, you know it. If you know it, you select gender. If you know it, if you want to give birth to only girls, there are many people sending me messages, a lot. I want a baby boy. I want a baby boy. Nurse, I want a baby boy. It's very simple. It's very easy. Just know your day of ovulation. It's not a magic. Just know the day you ovulate and have the intercourse on that day. Don't have it other days. Don't have it 2 days before the ovulation day or a day before the ovulation day. Track it. If you really want to select gender, then you should know the signs and symptoms of ovulation. You should also be able to purchase test kits, ovulation test kits and test cassettes. So with it, it will help you. It will really go a long way helping you to know your ovulation day. Once you see once there's a presence of luteinizing hormone in your urine, you find out that ovulation has taken place or about to take place. So by the time you have protected intercourse at that time, you'll be able to get pregnant. All right, so I've been talking for a long time. I need your comments. And please don't forget to tell me where you're chatting from. If yeah, don't forget to tell me where you're chatting from. Okay, so I have 7 more minutes. I have 7 more minutes to end this live stream, but I still need your comments. All those questions you've been asking about how you can calculate your menstrual cycle. I still want you to say it. I still want you to type it so we can solve it together and once and for all. Okay? So what are the challenges? What are you finding difficult? Is it your menstrual cycle? Is it your ovulation day? Is it your fertile days? Is it your self days? Which one are you finding difficult? So that we will know how to handle this matter. Okay, so I'm still waiting. In case you're just joining me, we're talking about menstrual cycle. And I want you to send in those questions you've been asking about your cycle, your menstrual cycle, your ovulation day, your fertile days, and your self days. So I'm still waiting for your question before I call it a day. Even after this live stream, you can still send in your question if you have any. Whenever I'm chanced, I will answer those questions. Okay, so if there's any part of the whether menstrual cycle or the others that you're having problem, which one is it that you don't know how to calculate? Do you know how to calculate your menstrual cycle? Just count from the first day of your cycle, from the first day of your menstrual period. That day that you see blood is the first day of your menstrual cycle. The first day that you're going to see blood, that is your bleeding, that is the first day of your menstrual period. It's considered the first day of your menstrual cycle, and it's like a cycle. So it ends a day before another cycle starts. That's a day before your next menstrual period. The first cycle will stop, another cycle begins. So it keeps going like that. It keeps going that way. And from that your menstrual cycle, you subtract 14 from it, you'll be able to get the day you ovulate. If you have 28 days menstrual cycle, like I said, not every woman, it's just an average of women. So every woman does not ovulate on the 14th, only those with 28 days menstrual cycle. So if you have 28 days menstrual cycle, you know that it's very possible to ovulate on the 14th. And if you're trying to conceive, so it means that you should back it up with your test cassette or your ovulation test kit. It helps you detect the presence of luteinizing hormone in your urine. Okay. All right. So you're online, but you're not saying hi and you're not asking any question. It means that you understood everything that we have talked about concerning the menstrual cycle, your fertile days, your ovulation, and your safe days. So I'll be drawing the curtain for this live stream. Thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining this first streaming of the year. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And have a nice day. Bye.